Hey, yo, what up, what up?
Yo,
It's a
your
new
boy.
week.
Your boy.
It's a new week. You know what I'm saying?
Your boy Royal
tapped in with Mott's
W.E.S.T
podcast.
That's right. It's another week, another Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I might be on TV.
I mean,
your big ass
hand, all right.
Man, I'm doing better than your big ass head.
I know.
So yeah, man, I was at a TV taping of a Collision. So I got upgraded. So I was supposed to be up in the upper levels, and your boy got upgraded. So yeah. Oh man.
It's crazy when I saw the highlights. I was like, man, you was in Winter's Coming, bro. You was in the mix.
Yeah, I got down. I got upgraded to the floor.
What do you give the show?
What up?
Well, no, like, what do you give the show?
What do you give the show? Like, how was the show?
The show, to be honest, I'll save that for the end. I'll save my interview.
Okay.
I'll save my review. Another thing though, somebody asked me because I told them about I do a podcast, and so they said, well, they were kind of interested in wrestling, and it was like, this is like exactly who the podcast is for, like the people who kind of maybe want to get into it, used to be into it, and now they're looking, maybe thinking about getting back into it or whatever. So it's like the podcast for like beginning wrestling fans, kind of. So
it's like they want to be tapped
They want to be tapped in, exactly. So, so they were asking like, where can they watch the shows? So what I thought to do is, when we do Living Their Best Week, is to like say the day of the show, and then what channel or streaming service they can find it on, and what time. Give them some information. Try and be informational, be professional.
Nice. No, I like that.
Yeah. So, well, let's get into it, and let's see if we can get them some news and everything for this week, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
Let me get this going. Kill time. Stalling.
Stalling.
All right. The big story of the week was this. All right, man. Tonight is Saturday night's main event, right?
Yes.
It's the return of Saturday night's main event. I know when I was a kid, I used to have to stay up and watch it. It used to always almost be on at like midnight. So you used to have to kind of, ask to stay up late to watch it.
That's crazy. Like a
wrestling. Like,
was it a taping?
Was it a taping?
Aired that late?
No, it was
were they really wrestling at midnight?
You know what? I don't even know. Like, I can't call it.
Or is that just a good question?
That's a good question. Yeah, there you go. But I think it was no, because if it was on that late, it had to be taped, because here in LA it was on like 11-12, so New York time, because it was well, I guess now we figured out it was taped, but it would have been like 2 in the morning and 2 or 3 in the morning in New York. So so it had to have been taped.
Yeah.
So. But the thing about Monday night's main event, though, something always happened, though. Something crazy always happened. Okay. Like Hulk Hogan lost a belt. Like I think I think on the very first one, I think Hulk Hogan lost the belt to Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant sold it to the $1 Million Man like right after the match. Like the $1 Million Man just paid him for the world title.
Come on.
So something could happen tonight. I don't know. Cody could die. Something could happen.
Man, don't even put that on the
universe. Man.
You know me, no chill, no fear.
Damn.
But anyway.
You're
well, at least tonight is going to be on at like a fair time. It's going to be on at like 5 o'clock on Channel 4, on Peacock and Channel 4 NBC. well, if you guys have it, it's NBC, so it'll be on tonight on the West Coast, 5 o'clock. And in other news, you got Tessa Blanchard, very controversial.
That's what I was gonna. That's all I was gonna drop. That's all I was gonna drop. TS.
Yeah.
I mean TB. TB, the original TB.
Yeah, the original TB, and TB doesn't stand for Think Black.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
No.
Think Black. Think Black.
Oh man, terrorizes black.
I'm not gonna lie. When she unveiled that mask,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, she used to be like the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, she was the first and only
men's.
Yeah, she was the first and only men, like in the main division. She was their first and only heavyweight champ or female heavyweight champion in TNA.
Female.
Yeah. So a lot of people kind of aren't happy with the decision to let her back into TNA because of, of course, she got canceled in 2020. Apparently, there had been like instances of, I guess, bullying and racial slurs, and she, spit in the sister's face and called her the N-word.
That's not good.
Yeah, so apparently that's, I don't know. They say people, always get a second chance, but
Hey man, whatever helps the ratings at this point. Imagine
with Jordan Grace, if no one's willing to work with her. Jordan Grace has already spoke out that she's like pushing back on working with her.
Dang. Hey, so you know what? I'm gonna take back my shout out, and I'm gonna tone it down to we'll see.
We'll see.
Probably.
We'll see.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think ultimately they may. I mean, there's still time. I mean, it's the news is just barely getting out there, so they may kind of bring it back in, reel it back in, or dial it back, kind of reconsider it. So. So far it's getting negative reactions. I mean, because you got to think about it now. It's not just affecting TNA. TNA is connected with NXT, which is connected with WWE. So now you got people in TNA feeling a certain type of way. People in NXT probably may feel a certain way, and then people in WWE. I mean, at the top, Hunter's going to try and make that money, but at the top, he's going to feel that public backlash if something, if it reaches that level. So we'll see about that. But
hey man, she's just sounding like the ultimate heel though.
Oh well, she's.
It's like when Randy Orton was really an asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Like he really was an asshole.
So. She would be easily hated, but and it would probably be some real backlash on that, but we'll see what happens in the weeks to come. But right now we're gonna see who's living their best week. So, like we do about this time. We go Saturday to Saturday because wrestling is on every day of the week. And we tell you, give you just a little piece of what you need to know so you're informed on the whole thing. So we're going to go day by day and just give you the main event. And at the end, we're going to tell you who we think is living their best week. All right, so we're going to start on Saturday with Collision, which is Saturdays on TNT at 5 p.m. Pacific, and that's 8 p.m. on the East Coast. So, Collision, you have the Death Riders trying to make a statement. They're in the ring, and John Moxley was talking. Orange Cassidy comes out and interrupts him, and they just pretty much do a beat the living heck out of him, and they start to drag him, carry him out of the ring. But ultimately, we didn't see it. It happened like off camera, but apparently FTR saved Orange Cassidy, so that was the end of that.
Okay.
Hey, you got Raw?
What? Okay.
Monday.
Okay, hey.
The return of the Scottish sociopath. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So that was lit. And then you know what?
And then you know what?
Kind of under on that. I'm getting my shows mixed up. I'm thinking about SmackDown.
Oh.
Help me out more on Monday night.
Okay, so you're thinking of Rhea Ripley defeating Raquel Rodriguez in an Anything Goes match, and Io Sky and Liv Morgan kind of got into it during the match, but didn't affect the outcome. Rhea pinned Raquel like clean, fair, and square. So
let's go.
You forgot about your boys, the New Day. The New Heels. Yeah, your boys, the New Day, got the Dominic Mysterio treatment. They got booed out of the building.
Hey man, you gotta give it to the New Day, man. Like going back to heel or going back to being hated.
Mm-hmm.
After being out for like they're going on 12 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Remember, last week was their 10-year anniversary.
They formed in 2014.
Yeah, this would be 10 years.
24
minus 14 is 10.
11 years.
We're about to be 25.
We're about to be 25, so we both wrong. It's 11.
All right, whatever you say. Man, all right, so you can catch Raw on Mondays on USA for now, but starting, since Ronnie mentioned it, starting going into 2025, January 6th, Raw is switching to Netflix. So their first show is going to be in LA. So we might be able to get tickets.
Come on, baby.
Hey, it's already about to be a theme. I love it.
Right.
I love it.
So Tuesdays
Move
on the
Tuesday.
CW at 5 p.m. every Tuesday, you got NXT. And NXT was all right. It was cool. The biggest thing on there was Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade defeated, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade defeated Kaylani Jordan and Julia from New Japan, from Stardom.
Mm-hmm.
So Julia is actually going to face Roxanne Perez for the women's NXT title on their next pay-per-view, so that should be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the girl from New Japan.
I gotta get more tapped in with it.
That's right. All right. So,
hey, but now we go to Dynamite.
Yeah. Wednesdays. TBS at 5 p.m. normally. But AEW likes to kind of switch up their shows, but normally it's on Wednesday nights on TBS, 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. East Coast. All right, first match out the gate.
Bro,
talk to me about the main event. I want to say John Moxley in the beginning was lit.
Yeah.
Dang, but there's something happened in the finale. That I don't like.
Explain the crowd.
Well, let's separate. So the very first match, like right out the gate, was Switchblade and Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley and Pac, and of course you had the Death Riders kind of hanging around. But what kind of messed up the match, Hangman Adam Page came out and he wanted a piece of John Moxley too. So now you have Switchblade, Orange Cassidy, and John Moxley. They're should be working together, but they're fighting amongst themselves. And so meanwhile, Moxley, kind of recovers, gets his crew together, and, beats all three of them down. And then challenges them to a fatal four-way at World's End for the AEW World title. So it's going to be John Moxley versus Switchblade versus Hangman Adam Page versus Orange Cassidy in a fatal four-way to, I guess, see who the AEW World Champion is going to be. But what you're talking about, though, that wasn't even the main event. That's why I say AEW is talented from the top to the bottom. So you could put the main event guys first and then still have room for a main event. So you had the Glamour Mariah May defeating her old friend Mina Shirakawa clean. Like, wasn't no interference, wasn't really any cheating going on really too much. It was just it was like almost a clean match. And so after Mariah May beat Mina Shirakawa, out comes the original rock star Toni Storm.
No.
Back to the original Toni Storm. Yeah, no more drama. No more drama queen Hollywood Toni Storm. She's back to the original red and black. So we'll see how that turns out. And I have another update about her coming up soon. So we'll come back to that. All right.
Now let's move on to Thursday.
Thursday, you got TNA Wrestling on Access TV at 5 p.m. every Thursday. I think that's rain or shine.
And then look, so you heard us earlier about the Tez to Blanchard return. But what I'm gonna comment is, hey, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah. So the main event, you know,
I know, but for real, man. Standing ovation on Sean Alexander.
Josh Alexander and the Northern Exposure. Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
I said, you talking about Josh Alexander. He wasn't in the main event. The main event was the world champion
Josh
Nick
Alexander.
Nemeth, your boy Joe Hendry, and Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts world champion, in a mixed tag match versus AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Can't Jump the Top Rope Dollar. And then Navarro and Tasha Steelz. And Nick Nemeth pinned Navarro to win that one. So shouts out to your phone.
Shouts to my phone.
Shouts out to the phone. And then the B show of Friday night's Rampage. It's actually pretty decent. You know, it was you could see that on TNT every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. But Rampage really varies though, so you gotta. Rampage is a tricky show. They have it on different nights, different times because of like sports. They're always moving it, so Rampage is a tricky one. But the main event was Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis, formerly of Aussie Open. They went on to defeat Takeshita and Lance Archer, which kind of in the grand scheme doesn't mean anything. But the Don Callis family is kind of big in AEW, so. Kind of a big thing, but not too big.
It's like
we'll take it. It's probably not the best of the week.
All right. Hey, but now moving on to the A on Friday.
The A show, SmackDown.
Smack it down.
All right. What you want to talk about?
This is what I got mixed up earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
He wants to talk about LA Knight.
Uh-oh. LA Knight, your boy up. Hey, fraudulent tribal chief.
Would you call him Coco Sokoa?
Coco Sokoa.
Four Loco Sokoa.
He's working through his promos while he's giving them.
You know?
He's working.
Man.
So, that was my highlight. That's what I was like, okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of the main event of the show. But what the show ended on was Cody Rhodes. He started to do an interview with Michael Cole about his upcoming match tonight, Saturday night's main event on Peacock, 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. East Coast. So he started to do an interview with Michael Cole and just all of a sudden decided to go to the back and try and find the Kevin Owens to whip his ass.
Hell yeah.
So Kevin Owens caught him from behind, and then they came back to the ring. So security tried to hold them both back, and what ended up happening is security caught Cody by the arms, and when that happened, Kevin Owens picked up the belt and cold cocked Cody. Dang, that was alliteration. Cold cocked Cody.
They used to be such friends.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is wrestling. Ain't no friends in wrestling. Everybody's trying to get the belt.
Right?
If you ain't here for that world title, I don't know what you're here for.
The writers got to do their job.
Writers got to write. Well, right now, hey, what I wrote into this into the podcast was a break. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna have Mod Sports West. We're gonna have what you watching, and we're gonna have some food and some travel. We're gonna talk about it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.